Welcome, it's Michael Murray here with Benzinga, joined today by Dr. LaFrance, MD, CMO and Senior VP, and Dr. Melissa Moore, PhD and VP of Clinical Research at Plus Therapeutics. Thank you very much both for joining us here today. How are you doing?
Great, thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure to be joined by both of you guys. Dr. LaFrance, great to have you here, and I'm going to start with a question for you. Can you give our audience a brief overview of the work Plus Therapeutics is doing in the targeted radiotherapeutic space?
Yeah, thank you for that. And you have it exactly right. We're into targeted radiotherapy, and in particular for rare, difficult to treat CNS or central nervous system cancers. In particular, we have active programs ongoing in glioblastoma and leptomeningeal metastases, and are soon to beginning a ependymoma and glioblastoma, high-grade glioblastoma trial in pediatric patients. We're very excited about these areas because in addition to these difficult areas that really have no real medical options for these patients, they're very desperate. These are terrible diagnoses. And quite frankly, there's unanimous opinion with medical societies, advocacy groups, and clinicians that the best option for these patients is a clinical trial. And we have had good experience and good feedback, importantly from the investigators who are seeing some of the preliminary data, and also from the patients who, from the ones who have had it, they've often, as you might guess, through social media and other interactions with the advocacy groups, relate their experiences, which are well tolerated, and for many of them have made a difference, in their disease management.
Wonderful. Dr. Moore, I'm going to pivot to you here after that start. Taking a step back, can you share some background on the radiotherapeutics field? Why are radiotherapeutics being explored to treat cancers? What's the benefit that we're seeing here?
Right. So radiopharmaceuticals are certainly having an exciting time right now. And we're seeing a number of companies, and this is across the biotech and pharma space, coupling these diagnostic and therapeutic radioisotopes with various small molecules, antibodies, and other compounds. And this is across all disease areas. In oncology specifically, radiation itself has been a mainstay of clinical practice and standard of care for a really long time. And this is due to its well-established ability to effectively destroy cancer cells. So the goal has always been around maximizing its effect on these cancer cells and minimizing its effect on healthy tissue. And this is, as you would imagine, very important in treating CNS cancers. And so, we think that the rhenium obisbemida product that we have at Plus is a strong candidate to do just that.
Dr. LaFrance, and I'm going to turn it back to you for a moment. How is Plus Therapeutics approaching radiotherapeutics differently than others in the space? Can you give us some differentiators there?
Sure. There are two key differentiators. The one constant is that we're delivering a therapeutic isotope, but both our delivery mechanism, which is direct delivery to the tumor area, and our formulation to keep that product at its delivery location for a prolonged length of time are our key differentiators. So in the case of the delivery capabilities, for the glioblastoma, we use convection-enhanced delivery, which has been around 20 years. It was a mechanism invented by NIH, used widely and studied widely for the direct delivery of chemotherapy to glioblastomas. Unfortunately, the chemotherapy molecules diffused away quickly, which led to our recognition that formulation, in addition to delivery, was crucial. And the way we've solved that problem, which differentiates us from others and allows that direct delivery with a durable delivery residence time, is our bifunctional chelation of the rhenium isotope, and then its encapsulation into a nanoliposome. That allows, once it's delivered either to the glioblastoma tumor site by convection-enhanced delivery, or to our leptomeningeal metastases that are on the leptomeninges, we access that area, the subarachnoid space where the CSF resides, this cerebral spinal fluid, via an intraventricular reservoir or Ommaya reservoir with direct administration into the subarachnoid space with both prompt distribution and durable retention into that area. So those two key areas, formulation and direct delivery for a therapeutic isotope, is very important.
Excellent. Now, Dr. Moore, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to you for a second here. I understand Plus's lead therapeutic, rhenium obismeta, is being evaluated across the pipeline. Can you briefly explain to us why rhenium is such a good candidate?
That's correct. So it is in development. It's across our pipeline for the treatment of glioblastoma, leptomeningeal metastasis, and pediatric brain cancer. And that's because of the features that Dr. LaFrance has previously described. Rhenium-186 itself is an ideal radioisotope for CNS applications, and that's due to it has a relatively long half-life. It's around 90 hours. It's got a 1 MeV therapeutic beta particle with a path length of around 2 millimeters. And it also emits this 137 keV gamma ray, and that can be used for diagnostic imaging of its location. And when you put all of this together with the nanoliposome and you directly deliver it, as Dr. LaFrance mentioned, to the site of disease, it enables this durable retention and treatment to cancer cells. And this, again, like we were discussing before, has less off-target effects. And so, the cherry on top being that all of this you can visualize in real time. And that really provides doctors with better control of the radiation dosing and distribution. And, our hope and goal here is that all of this together leads to a safe, effective, and convenient treatment.
Wonderful. And finally, Dr. LaFrance, and I'm going to turn it back to you to wrap up here. What upcoming milestones and catalysts should our audience be keeping an eye out for from Plus Therapeutics in the next few months and years ahead?
Plus is very excited about the progress we're making, not only in the last year, but even in the first few months of this year. We're accelerating our progress. We'll be reporting these milestones in progress in upcoming medical society meetings. Throughout the year, we're going to be reporting out progress in the leptomeningeal area where we're finishing our first 3 cohorts. We'll be going to FDA to review those data and proceed with the dose escalation expansion. We're going to be writing up a full manuscript. We've reported our GBM data through several meetings as it's progressed through the last year, and we'll be summarizing the first part of that dose escalation. And we utilize those first cohorts as the platform to start our phase 2 trial. That's already begun. We have 5 patients enrolled in that. And I might add, in just the first 3 months of this year, we've enrolled more patients than in both of these programs and all of our programs than we had enrolled in 2021 and 22 combined. So there's great excitement out there that is going on, that the investigators are recognizing. We're going to be identifying, and we've started new sites. As Dr. Moore mentioned, we have the pediatric brain tumor cancer that will be starting, we hope, in third quarter, and that's the plan. We have another platform that we haven't reviewed in great detail with our rhenium-188 and liver cancer, and that will be going to some preclinical work and so forth. And I might add, finally, we have GMP capability for our product, and we're advancing additional capabilities to very easily cover the increased product requirements for our ongoing and increasing trials for our rhenium-186 obisbemeda, in addition to the larger trials that will be starting at the end of 2024 and 2025 into pivotal trials. So we have some exciting milestones, and we're all on track to get those, and you'll be hearing more from us. Thank you.
Amazing. So much to look out for. Dr. LaFrance, Dr. Moore, I want to thank you both very much for sharing the time with us today to talk more about Plus Therapeutics and what your plans are for the future and everything else coming up. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.